Now, the aim of the Car Magazine long-term fleet is to try and pair a vehicle up with a journalist whose lifestyle suits the car best. And my family instantly were drawn to the Kia Carnival. They fondly refer to it as the bus, and in a vehicle like this, which competes in a segment against the likes of the VW Combi, the Mercedes-Benz V-Class and the Hyundai Staria, a bus just instantly means adventure. Unlike the likes of the VW Combi and the Mercedes-Benz V-Class, the Carnival is actually based on an SUV. It shares its platform with the Kia Sorento, which makes the driving experience altogether more SUV-like, so you don't sit on top of it like some of the buses. The other advantages of a bus is that there's two sliding doors, which is great in terms of tight parking spaces, so you don't have kids opening the doors onto other cars, and it's easily to get in and out of. This Carnival is the EX Plus specification, which is an 8-seater. All the other models in the range are 7 seats, so they have 2 individual second row seats. The advantage of the 8-seater for me is that obviously you can get more people in it, but the seats are nicely configurable. So the middle of the second row, that can fold flat and become a table, which is what my children liked. So they sat either side of a table, drinks holders, they had access to USB ports, and that was really convenient. And then we got really fun, and we could switch the second row seats around so that they faced each other, faced the third row of seats, so then their friends can have a tea party in the back. Now, one of my favorite features of the modern Kia Carnival, even in this specification, is the ability to open the sliding doors and the tailgate, as well as close them, either from within the car or via the key fob. There is a fairly significant upgrade coming to the Carnival, I suspect by the end of 2024. And while the lights and the tail lamps will change, I think the biggest upgrade Kia could do to the Carnival is potentially add the larger curved infotainment display from the current Sportage. This one was cool. I've got my Apple CarPlay linked. I didn't have any complaints, but I can see that'll be an area that they'll focus on. There's 2 things to note about how the Kia Carnival drives. The first is Kia's 2.2 turbo diesel motor mated with a dual clutch transmission is superb. There's more than enough torque to handle this car's bulk, and it's really efficient too. So I averaged 8.5 liters per 100 kilometers over a 6-month period. A lot of that was open road cruising for weekends away. And on that note, because this vehicle, this EX Plus specification, has plumper tires than the higher spec models, the ride is really good. All their bumps are being absorbed. It's a really good open road cruiser. I've brought a lot of cars home over the years, but none have had as an impression on my young family as the bus, as they fondly refer it to. I think in this category of vehicle, like we mentioned earlier, it's just the sense of adventure that comes along with having a bus. So the seating arrangements, the sliding doors, the massive boot, which means you can pack everything for a beach holiday, which is really cool. For me, the advantage that a car like the Kia Carnival has over a lot of its rivals, including the modern VW bus, is that it's SUV based. So it rides that much more comfortable. You sit lower like an SUV, it's not so on top of the car, and generally it's easier to live with around town than its rivals.